Before we even get into the back and forth, you need to understand what's really unfolding here, because this isn't just a casual street encounter. This is a direct clash between constitutional rights, police authority, and the limits of lawful detention. A man is standing his ground, refusing to identify himself, while officers escalate the situation under the claim that he is witnessing a crime.
Hey, I don't want to give you a hard time or anything, but I can't let you hold up that sign.
I'm sorry, the First Amendment protects my free political speech. You're live on YouTube, video and audio recorded.
That's fine, sir. Your sign's a little vulgar and it's upsetting people.
It doesn't matter, you're not the free speech police.
I understand that, sir.
I have a constitutionally protected right to say whatever I want. I'm politically protesting Governor Larry Hogan. It's my First Amendment right on the right to petition, my right to redress of grievances, and my right to file a complaint in any manner I feel fit. By the way, I'm not trespassing. I'm on public property. I'm on a public crosswalk. I'm doing nothing wrong. I got a sign that you find offensive. That's not a law. Where in the Maryland Criminal Code does it say you cannot have an offensive political sign? Because free speech is not open to your interpretation.
I understand. We just got a call for it.
I understand you got a call. You made your best shot. I'm not leaving because I haven't broken any laws.
Hey.
Okay, there's a thing called disorderly conduct.
I can't hear you.
There's a thing called disorderly conduct. If somebody finds your sign and your actions to be disorderly in public, okay, then that is a charge, and we can ask you to leave. And failure to do that, you can get arrested.
Get your commanding officer out here because this is political free speech, and I'm protected under the First Amendment.
Why are you shaking so much? Are you on the influence of anything?
Oh, now you're going that route, trying to say I'm on drugs.
I'm asking you. You're shaking like a leaf.
Sir, we're not trying to be nasty to you or anything like that.
It's free speech, and you can't do anything about it. Call your state's attorney's office. I talk to my lawyers every day. I'm in the newspapers. Every state's attorney's office reviewed it and said you can't do anything about it. It's free speech. You're not even supposed to be talking to me.
I'm not arguing on that.
Okay.
You're right. You're right about free speech. We have a call because people are offended by your sign. So.
But I didn't offend them. They offended themselves by not liking the choice of words I have for the governor.
Okay. How long are you going to stand out here for?
All day.
You live around here, sir?
I'm not making any statements.
Right away, we see the first major tension point, the refusal to provide basic identification. From the officer's perspective, this is framed as procedural necessity, almost routine. But from the civilian's perspective, this is a constitutional boundary being tested. The key conflict here is not just about saying a name, it's about whether there is lawful authority to demand it in the first place. The officer escalates quickly, suggesting consequences like jail and implying that refusal equals obstruction. But legally speaking, that assumption is exactly what courts often scrutinize.
Other than the fact I haven't committed any crimes and you know it.
Hey, sir. I never said you committed a crime.
You said I was disorderly in public, and I'm not.
No, actually, I didn't say that.
I'm engaged in constitutionally protected activity, and you cannot make any law that will infringe upon it, nor apply any law that infringes upon it.
Sir, all I did was tell you why I'm here.
Okay.
I called about your sign.
This guy said I'm disorderly.
I said if somebody
Question
finds
for
your
you.
actions to be disorderly, then they will be disorderly, right?
No, absolutely not.
That's
My
exactly
my
what I
free
said.
speech is
Do
not
you want
contingent
to-
upon someone else's emotions.
Okay.
You know that.
I have a question for you. We haven't been nasty to you at all. We've come here to
just
talk to
telling
you.
you
And
what-
you've
He
been-
said he's going to arrest me for disorderly.
He didn't
I
say
didn't
that.
say that. I said
He
if
did.
someone finds your actions to be disorderly and disturbing of the peace.
I'm sorry, but they're not judge, jury, and
then you
executioner.
should be arrested.
Could be.
Could be. It's all I'm saying.
I'm engaged in constitutionally
If.
protected
There's
activity,
in my
sir.
statement, there was an if. and
Oh,
there's
you're
a-
giving me
there's
what
a
ifs and
could.
hypotheticals
That's
now.
Right. That's right.
All right, let me explain something to you. I'm engaged in constitutionally protected activity,
Okay.
and I'm not out here protesting you guys are burning down your city, so why are you all so personally pissed off that I don't like Governor Hogan?
Nobody is. Nobody
No,
is.
I'm not
That's
mad.
why-
or
I don't like him.
that.
I mean, is my sign not, is it too subtle?
You're entitled to your opinion.
I'm entitled to be protected by the First Amendment, wrap it around me like a big old blanket while I stand out here with my giant Larry Hogan sign. I don't like the governor.
I won't comment on that sort of stuff. I'm just doing my job.
You understand we're here for a call for service. We're not here because we want to be, right?
Oh, you're here because you want to be. You should have told him there's no crime. You should have said there's no crime.
We have to come out for everything. If we get a call, we have to
What was your name?
Officer McKenzie.
Mackenzie?
Yes, sir.
Arnold? B. Arnold. So we're just waiting on your whatever, Sergeant, commanding officer.
Pulling up right now.
Where? Hey, you too.
At this point, the video transitions into commentary framing, and this is where context becomes critical for viewers. The narrator introduces the purpose of the breakdown, examining police conduct, constitutional rights, and public accountability. This matters because it reframes the entire encounter. Instead of just watching a confrontation, the audience is being guided to analyze behavior patterns, who escalates, who de-escalates, and whether legal standards are being properly applied. This is also where viewer bias can start forming. When commentary is added, it can either clarify legal nuance or amplify emotional reactions. So, as viewers, the key is to separate entertainment from legal reality.
Taping the police department's not a good idea.
Why? You guys are friendly people.
We are, but why are we doing this?
Why wouldn't we?
Because it's a security issue for us.
Is it?
It is.
I don't think so.
It is.
It's public property.
It is public property, but when you start recording our perimeter and our gates and what our activities are, it's a concern to us.
I've only been here for about 15 minutes.
Right. We had officers that drove by and saw you pulling out of here, walking out of here, and said that you were recording them as they left.
I did.
Yeah, and that's an issue. Why are we doing that?
I don't have to have a reason.
You don't have a reason.
I don't have to have one.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license? I can see.
I don't.
What is your name?
I'm not going to give that to you.
You're not going to give it to me.
No. Why would I give it to you? I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, you're recording our property, you're recording our building,
Sure.
and it's a security issue for us.
Am I being detained?
You are.
Okay.
Until I can get you identified.
And what's your reasonable,
Because I want to make sure that you're
articulable
not doing
suspicion?
something that's a problem for our law enforcement community.
So in order to detain somebody, you have to have a law that you're investigating, correct? So which law are you? What law do you suspect me of breaking?
Are you looking to create a problem here for us? Or
No,
what are
not
you
at
trying
all.
to
I'm
do?
being polite and cordial.
I'm being polite and cordial too. So I'm asking
you're
for
being
your
a little
name and date of
difficult.
birth so we can identify you.
I don't need to.
And be on our way.
Why would I need to identify myself?
Because I'm asking you to identify yourself.
What's your name and badge number?
My name is Todd Hines. My badge number is 200.
Okay. Your name and badge
We're
number?
recording you just like you're recording
Good.
us.
Okay, good.
So
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd like to be on my way to go. I mean, you have to have
are you
reasonable...
refusing to identify yourself?
Well, there's no need to.
3916. Can we get
Are you a
17?
supervisor? Okay. You just called for a supervisor?
I did.
Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet.
I don't have any ill will. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm
What's
not
the problem
armed.
with identifying yourself?
I don't need to.
You don't need to.
No, it's my right to not.
Oh, so you're looking to create problems is what you're doing.
No, you're just accusing me of that.
Absolutely, because you're refusing to identify yourself.
That's not against the law.
It's obstructing legal process if we have a reason to ask you.
What's your reason?
This is where the situation escalates sharply. The officer explicitly connects refusal to identify with possible arrest and jail time, framing it as failure to identify as a witness to a crime. That phrase alone is doing a lot of legal heavy lifting, and in many jurisdictions, whether that standard actually applies depends heavily on the circumstances. The civilian continues to insist on speaking with a supervisor, which again signals a refusal to accept frontline authority as final. But instead of de-escalation, the response is further pressure. Handcuffs, jail, and compliance framing.
I've asked you that.
Identify you. I just told you.
No, but I asked you.
You're recording our property.
I have to
you're
identify
recording what we're
myself.
doing,
Correct. And I have
and
to
I asked you
identify
to
myself
yourself.
if you have
And you're
a
refusing.
reasonable,
I do.
articulable suspicion. And what is that?
You're looking to create problems, is what you're doing.
Is that what I'm doing?
I-
By just
that's
filming
my
and
opinion.
exercising my First Amendment rights?
That is my opinion, yes.
Okay. Well, the good thing is the law doesn't go off your opinion.
But it does when you're obstructing our requests.
You can't. You can request, right? But it's not a lawful order.
It is a lawful order at this point.
If
And as soon as my sergeant gets up here, he's going to tell you the same thing.
okay,
Okay? But you're not free to leave. You are correct.
I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not like that.
All right? Nope, that's fine. So what's the problem with identifying yourself?
I just
You
don't,
don't have to.
I just don't need to.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I haven't broken any laws, and you just said you,
Nope, nobody said you broke any laws. I just said that your activity is suspicious to us.
Okay,
It's
and is that a
concern for
misdemeanor or a felony?
Listen, it's a concern for our safety and our welfare.
and I'm not here to do any ill will. I've told you that.
We don't know that.
I've told you that.
You could be, who knows? I
Well,
don't
sure,
know.
but I mean, anyone going by here. Do you think I would be out in the
they're
open,
not all
just
recording
in the
our
middle of
activities.
daylight?
You're not recording our activities.
It's the
like
middle
you
of the
are.
daylight. I'm not hiding anything. I've literally hid nothing.
Believe me, people commit crimes in the middle of daylight too.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, you're not
Sergeant, be
accusing me
ready.
of anything, which I get, and I appreciate you saying that. But that even more so just says that I don't have to identify myself. It's my First Amendment to film public officials doing what they do.
We'll see what the sergeant
Sure.
has to say here when he gets here. This gentleman's got a First Amendment right, he says, to videotape our activities around the police department, and is refusing to identify himself so that we know who we're dealing with.
Okay, you don't want to identify yourself?
Well, I don't need to. He said he doesn't suspect me of a crime or anything, and I'm
Okay,
just
I'm just asking.
No, but no, sir, I
I'm
don't.
just asking. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
Okay.
Have a nice
My
day.
name's John, by the way. Thanks. Take care, guys.
Cooperation.
What's that?
Cooperation.
Sergeant, what was your name and badge number?
Now, the narrative shifts into property law, specifically the claim that this is private property and that the individual may be trespassing. This is where things often become legally complex in real encounters. Even if property is privately owned, law enforcement authority doesn't automatically convert into unlimited power to detain or remove someone without proper legal justification. The key factor becomes whether a lawful trespass notice was clearly issued by an authorized party, not just assumed or implied. The officer attempts to tie refusal to identify with continued presence on the property, essentially building a pathway toward removal.
Do you have your information? Your driver's license?
What's that?
Do you have your driver's license or name, date, of birth?
For what?
Because now you're a witness to this crime that we're doing.
What crime is that?
The crime that we got these people in the back of these cars for.
I don't know what crime they committed.
You don't have to know.
But how do I know what they did though? I don't know what they did.
Okay, they broke the law. They're in possession of narcotics. That's why they're in the back of our cars.
Okay, now you're telling me that. Okay.
Yeah. So, do you have your name and date of birth?
No.
Or driver's license?
No.
So you're going to refuse to be listed as a witness since you sat here and videotaped the entire scene?
If you need a copy of the video, I can give you a copy of the video.
Well, yeah, but we're also going to need to identify you in our report that you were here videoing, so when we come to get a copy of that video, we can get that.
All right, let me talk to your supervisor.
He said that he won't want to give us his name and date of birth until he talks to our supervisor. So.
And you're probably going to end up going to jail because right now you're witnessing a crime.
Well, I asked to talk to a supervisor. He's here, so why can't I speak with him?
Because you're refusing to give your information, you'll be going to jail for failure to identify as you're a witness to a crime.
So I need to give you my ID to speak to your supervisor? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay, I need to speak
Why?
to your supervisor.
Why do you need to speak to the supervisor?
Because I requested to speak to
What
him.
warrants that?
Because I requested to speak to him, and he's here.
Okay. So what's your point?
He's here. I need to speak with him.
You've got no part of the scene, right? But you want to speak to our supervisor.
You can speak to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll be in handcuffs and it'll be at the jail. Is that what you want to do?
I need to speak to your supervisor.
Is that what you want
I
to do?
need to speak to your supervisor.
What aren't you understanding? You put yourself in this situation right here. You see that? You're on private
what?
property
Private
right now.
or public?
You're on private property right now.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
Do you have permission to be here?
Did the owner trespass me?
Well, this guy...
He doesn't want you here.
This guy actually did come
Where?
over and tell us he wanted you to leave.
That guy right there?
So,
What's his name?
This is one of the most legally significant segments of the entire interaction. The civilian directly challenges the basis for detention, asking for reasonable suspicion and clarification of the alleged law being investigated. This is where constitutional standards become central. In general legal principle, detention requires more than curiosity or general concern. It requires articulable facts that suggest criminal activity. The officer frames the situation as security concern, but the civilian pushes back, demanding legal justification rather than subjective interpretation.
so what's your point?
What's the guy's name that don't want me here?
So do you want to identify yourself so we can list you as a witness to this crime, or?
I'm just asking a simple question. The guy that you just talked to, he doesn't want me here.
Yes.
So is he
Would you like
trespassing?
for me to go ask him to tell you to leave himself?
Do you already have that notice?
Yes, he told us when he came over here and gave me his business
Then why do you
card.
have to go ask him then?
If you would like for him to tell you himself.
He can tell me whatever he needs to do.
If
he needs to tell me to leave, I'll leave. Simple as that. He needs to give me a warning before you can trespass me.
Well, now until you identify yourself, now you're forced to not leave.
All right, I need to speak to your supervisor.
Okay.
What's your name and badge number?
Don't worry about it. You'll get it in a minute.
What's up, Buck? You guys got the same nameplates?
Yeah, Deputy Chelly, 315.
You like that? You got,
Same
you got the same nameplates?
Yeah.
Same person or?
Yeah, we're the same person.
We're all one.
He's the same person as me. There's obviously two of us standing here, but we're the same people.
All right, must be twins or something.
Yep.
Very well could be. So why'd you come over here?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
I don't.
So you just like coming and getting in the middle of crime scenes and filming them? I mean, it probably would have been a good idea to keep walking today.
Where'd you come from?
That's not relevant.
It's not relevant?
No, it's not.
So you just...
How do we know you didn't get out of this vehicle? Go behind and you're with them and you walked over.
Did you just really ask me that?
Did I seriously just ask you that?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, it actually is a serious question. Why would you randomly walk up to this and then fail to identify
I
yourself?
already told your supervisor what I do. I'm a
It's all right.
journalist.
I really don't care what you do. It doesn't matter.
So, you have a question?
No, I'm just waiting on this business card and I'm out of here. That's it.
I gave you my name and badge number.
I asked for a business card. You said you were
I
going
told
to
you I don't have
You
one.
don't have it. We all don't have any, man.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
My name is...
When the supervisor arrives, the entire dynamic changes. This is a critical turning point in most enforcement encounters because supervisory input often determines whether escalation continues or resets. Here, we see acknowledgement of First Amendment activity and a noticeable softening of tone. The supervisor does not immediately continue the same aggressive escalation path, which suggests internal recognition that the situation requires recalibration. This moment is important because it demonstrates how hierarchy within law enforcement can directly influence constitutional interpretation on the ground.
Cameron Chelly, my badge number is 315.
Okay, thank you.
For,
All right, now, like I said, I already told you, I'm a journalist. I gather content for stories. That's
fine.
it.
We had no problem with that, man. We just don't like the space. I don't know, everybody, I mean, CNN could come down here and prop it. We wouldn't tell them to leave. I mean, there's no difference just because you have a smaller camera. I don't care.
Right.
Just be careful where you go, okay? That's
Right.
that's all we're trying to get at.
That's fine.
I have no problem with you videotaping. There's no issue. We don't do anything wrong.
And that's what I told you earlier. I didn't have a
Now,
problem with you videotaping.
now, Sarge, am I free to go or am I being detained?
Not until you give your name and
Hey, Pee-wee.
Are you going to give me your name and date of birth or not?
I'm talking to your sergeant right now.
He's not talking to you. He's on the phone.
I'm not talking to you either. I'm talking to your sergeant.
It doesn't matter. Guess what? We both have the same job.
He's a
We'll
higher
identify
rank than
one
you.
way or another.
He's a higher rank than you. That's why I speak. This is who I asked to speak with. He's here, so that's
great.
who I'm speaking with.
That's great.
Okay.
But I made contact with you before he did.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure you're really versed in the law good enough in the fact that you're failing to ID.
On request
You
by
will
any
ID
police
or you
officer.
will not leave here.
I'm talking to you.
unless you're
I'm talking
back
to your
in the car.
supervisor right now.
What'd you say your first name was
talking
again?
to a supervisor.
What?
What'd you say your first name was again? If you told him, I just forgot it. Because I would like to address you by first name.
You can address me by sir,
Okay.
Mr., whatever the case may
So
be.
earlier when I spoke to you and I asked you to move back and you refused, did or did I not tell you that it was okay to film us? And I encouraged you to keep filming us.
I didn't say you didn't.
Okay,
Nobody has a problem with you filming.
Obviously, y'all
I'm just
guys are
trying
like
to make sure
right
that
up in
you
my face right now.
because you
I'm
injected
not up in your
yourself into
face.
this
If I
crime
were
scene.
up in your face, then you would know.
You need anything from him? You good?
I'm good.
Do you want to make the move?
But here's the deal. They got a point there. I mean, your worst case scenario is that your camera would be a part of evidence, but we're not going to go there because I have a camera. I have plenty of cameras going, so I don't need your camera. Now, I don't think I need your video, man. I'll be honest with you. I got plenty of video rolling, but I'm just telling you, the worst case scenario, if something were major, yeah, we would need as much as we could.
Okay.
I mean, So just be careful with when you get into whatever you're doing. I know this is not the first time; it's going to be the last time. Hey, man, be careful.
So, when we break this entire situation down, what we're really looking at is a layered conflict between perceived authority, constitutional protections, and procedural enforcement. On one side, officers are focused on identification, control, and situational safety. On the other, the individual is firmly relying on First Amendment protections and demanding legal justification for every escalation. The key takeaway here is not about who won the argument. It's about how quickly encounters can escalate when legal standards, communication, and authority expectations are not perfectly aligned.